Yo, 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 it's your boy BIGANT back with another episode, a bonus episode of the Can I Kick It podcast. My guest today is Christian Martinez. Say what's up to the world, big dog.
How you doing, people? It's your boy Christian Martinez AKA Martinez Got Jokes, and that's my alias on Instagram as well as my other social media.
Cool, cool, cool. A lot of people don't know that we have a decent history together, dating back like, I don't know what, 10, 12.
It's 15 years. Got to be 15 years.
Yeah, we're getting old.
Yeah, man.
Um, and I always knew you as a rapper, and I always wanted to know the transition from becoming a rapper turned comedian. How did that go for you? Like, can you name like any like difficulties, or if there was any difficulties, or how the transition played out for you?
I mean, it wasn't much of a transition, given the fact that I was always like the class clown, and I always used like comedy as like my defense mechanism, given the fact that, I was really shy. Like with everything, like I was just really, really shy. But
Yeah,
like when I was saying a joke, to this day, I'm actually shy. But like when I'm able to just say random like crazy shit, I'm just able to blur it out, and it's kind of like a coping mechanism to be able to deal with the shyness. But overall, I'm just a very transparent person, and I got to a point in my life where I was going through a lot of depression and anxiety,
hmm,
and I did use the music to be able to cope with that. But as I was making the music, like I noticed the music was getting darker and darker, and rather than actually elevating myself, I was actually dwelling on the bullshit. So I needed another, like another avenue to be able to like
yeah,
express
yeah,
myself. So like the comedy basically gave me a platform where I could like poke fun at myself and my life circumstances, and like rather than make a negative more negative, I took a negative and made it into a positive. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I just always knew I was going to be an entertainer. So like whether it be with comedy or with music or with acting or whatever it may be,
yeah.
if I'm entertaining the masses, I'm happy.
Yeah, that goes for me too. Making transitions into doing something new. Obviously, since we're on a podcast now, and I'm known to be a rapper, still am a rapper, but
Hmm.
I've always wanted to dive into being, a podcaster because the thought always like crossed my mind, but I was like, nah, that can't be me, bro. Because like you're meeting different people, strangers sometimes, and like different guests come from different regions. They have different, different abilities and stuff like that as far as like what they do, their craft, their passion, or whatever you may
That
call it.
makes you uncomfortable.
It doesn't make me uncomfortable. It leaves a mysterious aurora, like you don't know what you can say and what you can't say. It's easier like if it's me and you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, or like me
With
and
your
like a
friends, because
friend.
you done did like your friends, like basically
Ex-
like every interview that you did thus far was like one of your homies. So
yeah, and that's like me being precautious, you could say, because like I don't want to like just dive into like meeting somebody new, even though I've already booked 2 more episodes with actually people that I've never met in my life, and like I don't know too much as far as like
congrats.
backgrounds. Yeah, thank you, I appreciate it.
Mhm. Yeah.
And like to me it's like I have to like sometimes watch like what I say and like what I do because I don't want to piss people off, so it's like
Mm.
I gotta like watch what I say. So like me being a podcaster now is like me trying something new, putting the music on hold. I've been doing it for so long, like I want to transition and do something new. And it's my third and fourth, not counting the one that hasn't been released yet. It's my fourth podcast, and I'm having a blast, dude. Like it's fun, and I'm getting a lot of feedback, and my friends are telling me that they're digging it and stuff. I don't know if that's just them being my friends and they love me, but like, I plan on getting like better equipment, better things. I want to do videos and YouTube, and the whole nine. So like, it makes sense to how you're saying like sometimes because everybody comes to that plateau. It's like where they're just like stagnant, and it's
Yeah.
like I've been doing this for so long, but why can't I get my chance? And then somebody else gets it, or somebody else blows up, and you're
You
like,
you know what the perfect example of that is, bro? Like
what?
Joe Budden. Cause like Joe Budden like has to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not discrediting your like your rapping or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Cause
yeah,
like a lot of people did that to Joe Budden. Joe Budden was actually one of the dopest motherfucking lyricists that ever fucking graced the microphone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
you make good music. You feel what I'm saying? Like I never fucking hate on your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes you just don't get that opportunity, and then you start, you make that transition over to like the media aspect. Nori is another example of that. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, like you get like that star, like that star quality and shit. Because
Yeah.
I have your fucking podcast thus far have been dope as fuck, bro. Like real
I
talk.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And like I got that comparison to Joe Budden from like my homies and stuff, cuz they were saying like, when you was doing the rapping shit, bro, like people was like, the people was talking shit or whatever, blah blah blah. But like
Yeah.
when you started doing this shit, all of a sudden people are like gravitating to you, and like they're like acknowledging like what the fuck you do now, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he does this." So, you know what I'm saying? So we never know truly what like our calling is or whatever the case may be, and I feel that you're at you're like at another level because you're still keeping the opportunity open to like jump back in the booth and like drop some records or whatever. Like the other two, they were like, nah, I'm not gonna do it no more, I found success here. But I feel like you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
use this platform to like elevate your other platform.
Yeah, because also, like I plan on bringing in guests from, all types of like ranges of like, qualities and like, professions and stuff like that. So it's like
Mm,
I might meet somebody that's a R&B singer and I like, hey, I like your singing and I like your material. Maybe I can use you on the next project and you could be like a hook on here or a verse on here and such things like that. And then you can give me a different, aspect of to what I'm trying to relay on a certain project. Or I just chop it up with people like, you and me and like somebody else that might be totally in a different avenue and not be into rap or hip hop or R&B or anything like that. I might run into somebody that does YouTube
reggae.
videos.
And we'll go do song with a reggae artist.
Yeah, or reggae. I pull a Drake and pretend and put on my dreadlock hat and do my thing. But but I just plan on just touching all bases. It's like I'm in a position to where it's like I tell myself like why not rather than don't do it. It's like
that's a dope
what's
mentality
stopping
to
you?
have.
Yeah, it's like what's stopping you from
Yeah.
doing that, bro? Like that man can do it, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? I might not be where I'm at or be where he's at, but it's like why not do it? Because you never know. You never know. I might in a
I
year
mean,
or two, I might just blow up, be on Sirius XM, and you know what I mean. I might have my own show. I mean, sponsors come with that, and like there's different avenues that I can touch with just being, you know,
just from me knowing you for the amount of time that I've known you, bro, people gravitate towards your personality. Even when you trolling, like you know how to draw attention. And nah, but like real shit though, like you know how to draw attention to
yeah,
yourself. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So like you know how to fucking work the media and shit, bro. Like this, all I need from you is to be consistent. If you're
yeah.
consistent, I promise you, I assure you, you will be successful in this realm.
That goes both ways because I know you get on your shit, and the one thing that I've always been jealous of you for a while now is that you got more followers than me on Instagram.
Oh my god,
So
you were killing me for a minute though, bro.
For a little bit, yeah, for a little bit, but I became real stagnant on Facebook. I mean Facebook, on IG
Yeah,
because like I don't post every day. I
yeah.
may like stuff and slide through and just like look at dumb shit or whatever. But I don't post. I'm not post heavy on IG like I used to be. When I was young, I was posting all the time. 300
But
300 posts and
that
shit.
that was on your social media period. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
since
yeah.
since I've known you, I've known you from the MySpace days. And like you had
Yeah,
your following even back then and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah,
yeah,
like social media. One thing that it involves is consistency. When like we
yeah.
grew up, like both of us, we don't post all the fucking time like that, like we used to when we were 18 and shit.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
When we were fucking 18, we were fucking posting non-stop. You know what I'm saying? Like literally post
Yeah,
after
it's like
post
a
after
whole it's
post.
like all we did, yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
didn't have
but it
lives, but now we
yeah.
have adult lives.
Yeah, we fell into the trap, bro. We fell into the trap, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and I wish nothing but success for anybody, including you. So like, I just want to be put in that zone and be like, doing something new, trying something new. If it takes off, it takes off. If not, I'm still having fun. I'm having a blast. I'm meeting people. I'm catching up with old friends. It's a great feeling, man. Like like you find something new. Like I'll take it for granted, and I'll give you an example, and then we'll head into the next subject.
Hmm.
My wife came home 2 days ago and she started watercoloring. She started
Hmm.
painting, like out of nowhere. And I told her today, I'm like, I'm proud that you found something new. Like, it's not always about like coming home, getting on the Xbox with your man and playing, yelling and cussing at the screen and, doing our
Y'all
own
both
thing.
gamers though, right?
Yeah, she loves the
Yeah.
game. I love
Yeah.
the game. So it's like she found something new, and I told her I was like, I gave her the same comparison. I'm like, I found the podcasting. I finally, jumped over the edge and wanted to do this thing, and I'm having a blast, bro. I said it before. I'm having so much fun, like catching up and talking and debating and trolling and talking shit. Like it's great, that I can do this, and I just expect myself to just grow and be able to come out of that comfort zone and be like, "Hey, I can talk to anybody now. Like literally anybody. I give them, my information. They can link me up, email me, set up the podcast, and then we can just talk about anything." And that's pretty dope. And it goes for the same thing for you, like comedian wise. Like you go do shows, you go do stand ups. You're standing in front of, depending on the crowd, but let's just say like a couple hundred people, and you don't know them people from the hole in the wall. Now you have to pray that you have that ability to make them feel and move to what you're saying. And then once they start laughing and you got the whole crowd jumping, that's the best feeling in the world. You feel accomplished. Like, yeah, man, I
Yeah.
went out there and killed my shit. It's not about the money, oh, well, until you get famous. I'm not saying that you're a Steve Harvey or,
Yeah, no, for sure.
you
Yeah.
know, but you'll get there eventually if you stay consistent. But like it's about the whole movement of like you go out there, you're on the stage, hey, this is who I am. These are my jokes. And then you got the whole crowd jumping and moving and laughing and hollering
Well,
at you at the end of the show. It's like that's what you strive for.
one advantage that I feel that I have in regards to that is that a lot of the stand-ups that I've done thus far have been at rap shows. So like, you know, like the crowd has experienced, like, let's say like it's been three acts and one of the acts is raw,
Yeah.
but the other acts is ass.
Yeah.
So when you go up there and you're like, you literally feel extremely awkward just standing up there and like, I'm gonna tell y'all some jokes. You could literally say anything, like anything, and they're gonna fucking laugh because it gives them like a sense of relief. And once they get that laugh, like it just naturally just flows.
Yeah.
That's like an advantage that I've had. I haven't gone to like comedy clubs and done the actual, stand up act. I've done it at like open mics where they give like, rappers, and then like if you're a comedian, you could come up here too or whatever. So like that, I've kind of had like an advantage. I don't know how it would turn out at an actual like comedy clubs, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
Um,
that comes with progression, I think. Once you get your feet wet, you start building your foundation, you start building the reputation, and then when you get to those clubs and the hard rocks and the improvs, people already know who you are. So you
I had an
become
opportunity to do the improv, but I was too pie.
that's that comes with it though, man. Like like that's with anything that people do. Like rap, you got to do shows. I'm petrified to do a show. Petrified. If I get on stage and don't remember my words, like there's no coming
Oh,
back from that, bro.
I,
Like
I've done that, my guy.
yeah, there's
Like,
no coming back from that.
yeah.
Like and then you get clowned on, and then that
Nah, it's, you don't even get clowned on. Like people just look at you like you're just like they don't care, but like you didn't leave an impact on the show. Like people,
you won't get the same reaction as somebody that jumped up there and killed it and didn't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? They just think you
exactly.
like, oh, he got up there, he did his thing, but he was like kind of like trash because he just forgot some shit. He was mumbling, or he was looking for his homeboys for help and everything like that. But
Yeah.
once you get your feet wet and you build your foundation, everything else follows. It's just like anything else in the world, when it comes to professions and in your craft and everything like that. So, but
Yeah.
consistency is key. Back to what we are talking about, consistency is key. And like I said, it's a little early to be talking about wishing you luck, but I wish you luck, and I hope we
Likewise,
both
man.
blow the fuck up so we can get out the
No,
hood. So
likewise, bro.
buy y'all cars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, one more thing about the the whole comedy thing. How is the feedback like from like your videos and like your stand ups and Facebook and IG and stuff like that? Like, how are
uh,
people treating your material?
it's like day and night reaction. Like, to be completely honest,
Yeah.
because like when I was doing the music thing, just being completely honest, like I got like a lot of like critique. With this, it's just like a bunch of girls like inbox you like, I care with you, oh my god, ha ha ha, or whatever, like random stupid shit like that, or whatever. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Groupies.
they nah, I wouldn't characterize them as that because I'm not fucking none of them. But like, but just being honest. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's just it gives you a sense of confidence that you
Yeah.
found
Yeah.
something that you're good at. You know what I'm saying? Because like I struggled with that growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like I never felt like I was truly good at anything. Like I didn't think that me talking shit was a talent because I always did that growing up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom
Yeah. Yeah.
talks hella fucking shit. My dad talks hella fucking shit. My sister, my grandma, like that's just how we communicate. That's just how we talk. And you learn
Yeah.
how to roast because your mom is roasting the fuck out of you. So you got to say some fucking shit back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't look at that as a fucking talent. And then like I did notice when I went to middle school though, because I got bullied a lot in sixth grade. So then like I was like, you know what? I'm about to flip the script on their ass. They don't know what the fuck I gotta deal with at the fucking crib. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
all of a
Yeah.
sudden, you know what I'm saying? You fucking come back and like I got in so many fights because I killed people in roast sessions. You know what I'm saying? Just talking shit,
Yeah.
but that's just what the fuck I do. Like if you follow me on social media, you know that I'm just known for talking shit. That's what the fuck
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
But I never looked at that like a talent. It's not like being able to draw or being able to like, like compose an amazing song or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel that is art. Like this was just like just some shit that we do at the house and whatever.
Yeah, I feel you, because then you can turn around and you can incorporate that into comedy though, because there's so many comedians that do that, like at live shows, like like when you watch like Kings of Comedy or something like that, like somebody or like a like an actual stand up, they're they make fun of the crowd or something like that, you know what I'm saying, and then they're roasting them, and then it turns into like a whole 15-minute rank session or something like that.
Yeah. I used to hate that, by the way.
What,
I
Kings of Comedy?
Yeah, when they did the little roast session, because like the person that used to do it was D.L. Hughley. So what he would do was he would put prop people in the crowd,
Oh,
and
okay.
he would already have the joke. He would have them wear certain things and whatever, say certain shit, and then he could flip it a certain way. And I'm like, yo, like I didn't think he was like a great stand up comic until like recently.
Yeah.
Like I used to actually like hate his stand up comedy like a motherfucker until like recently, like he started talking about like real shit, and I was like, wow, like he's actually really good. Like I see why they put him in the Kings of Comedy now. Okay, I understand.
It's a little eye opener, yeah. Because I never, until I think I believe until, yeah, I would say Kings of Comedy. I never really cared for Bernie Mac.
Really?
As crazy as that sound, I used to think he was obnoxious. It looked like he was trying too hard, and then up until then, I don't know. It's just like something clicked on that show, and when I watched it, I was like, "This motherfucker
Because
is
you could
actually
relate the
funny."
jokes. You could relate the jokes that he was telling on stage to the shit that you were seeing on the fucking show.
Yeah, yeah. So like that really opened my eyes, and then I started digging deeper into his catalog, and then like I was watching other stand-ups and stuff, and then like everything else that I used to watch, it like kind of clicked. It kind of made it funny to me now. I was like, before it was just like, okay, he had a couple of good lines, a couple of good jokes, but it wasn't all that. And then I could turn on another stand up and be like, bruh, this shit was hilarious. It was
But
fucking
it,
hilarious.
you know, the thing with Bernie is like you have to know the backstory to like Bernie, right? So like when he first made his first appearance on Def Comedy Jam, right?
Yeah,
So he went on stage, and the two people before him, they got booed off the fucking stage or whatever. So they used to run it like the Apollo. So they would have the Sandman come out with the broom, and then
yeah,
you got booed off stage. So like he came out with like this ferociousness or whatever. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Blah, blah, blah. And when he did that though, he shut the whole fucking crowd down. And
yeah,
to do that in Def Comedy Jam, like you have to have a presence. And these are things that you only notice as a comedian, because like you know what I'm saying, as a regular bystander, like whatever, like you don't fucking notice that shit. But you know, as a fucking rapper, you have to have stage presence, because you could have the fucking dopest bars, period, and it don't matter if you're just fucking hopping around stage rapping and nobody's listening to what the fuck you have to say. But if you command the fucking stage, like let's say like a Pac or Jay-Z, Jay-Z literally stands in the middle of the fucking stage and fucking he doesn't move, but he
yeah,
commands the whole fucking stage that you're gonna listen to whatever the fuck I'm gonna say. So if a motherfucker could come out, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I wanna say, and they
yeah.
shut the
True
fuck
shit.
up, and then they laugh at every fucking joke that you fucking deliver, and you walk out of stage like I'm that motherfucker. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like that right there, that's talent, bro. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's fucking talent.
I feel you on that. Since we're still talking about comedians, I'm gonna ask you your top three comedians of all time.
Top three. Top three. Patrice O'Neal.
Sure.
I'm gonna say Bernie Mac, and then I'm gonna say Kevin Hart. But then it's hard because I have Martin Lawrence, I have Andrew Schultz, I have Theo Vaughn, I have Joe Coy, I have Cat Williams, and I got Carlos Miller. All those
A
people
lot
that
of
I
people.
said, all the people I said after Martin Lawrence are just like new. They're newer comedians, but
Yeah,
they have had such an influence on the way that I deliver my comedy.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like I can't say them without saying the rest of the fucking list. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
if I have to give the top 3, it's hard just because I wouldn't know who to toss it up with between Martin Lawrence and Kevin Hart.
yeah. I feel you. Martin to me is definitely top three material. If I had, I don't even know if I can give you a top three. If I had a top three, um, I would say I would throw Martin in there since we're talking about Martin. I put Martin, Dave Chappelle,
Dave
and
Chappelle's another one. Yeah, yeah.
I could talk about that motherfucker all day. Uh, um, yeah, Martin, Dave Chappelle, and I would have to say I really love OG Steve Harvey, like OG Steve Harvey.
I feel you. I mean,
It's weird because like I can't really
I,
give
lo-
you
I
like
I love the Steve Harvey show. I'll tell you that. But like his stand up, like it's weird. Like I like him as a comedic actor, and I like him
yeah,
as
yeah,
a
yeah, that makes sense
host.
too because we talked about before
Chris
that same
Tucker.
thing. Yeah, Chris Tucker, and then the same thing for me with Martin Lawrence.
Hmm.
Like I didn't like Martin Lawrence stand up until Run Tell That,
Hmm.
but I adored the show. I love the damn show. I had basic cable in my house, so I was watching that thing on UPN at 11 o'clock all night long. All night long. I can't sleep.
11 and 11:30 because they back to back episodes. I
Gave
already.
you a full gave you a full hour, and they played them in chronological order, so you already knew what was gonna happen next.
Mhm.
So to me, I can understand that, and I can see why you say that about Steve, because I think about that with Martin Lawrence. And but for like number one is for me like would be Dave Chappelle, because I love both sides of Dave.
Mhm.
Dave Chappelle show, classic, legend. It will never die. It will never get old.
Oh, that's
I had the
classic.
DVD set at my mom's house somewhere in the closet.
Mhm.
But then you turn around and watch his stand-ups, and a lot of
You remember
people,
that fucking the one thing that there's two fucking sets that he did that stand out like a motherfucker to me. You remember that fucking Mitsubishi commercial? Days go by, but still.
yes,
So that one sticks out like a motherfucker, and then obviously the fucking parody that he did to the band.
oh, Dylon, spit
Yeah,
hot fire. You back up, man. You too close. Yes, yes, yes. And
yeah.
then he told him to go get the cheesecake.
Cambodian breast milk.
Cambo- Breast milk, you made my day. Yeah, man. He's
Facts.
got he's got he's got lots of classic episodes, and you already know like the Prince episode and like, oh man, Ashley Larry, man, it goes on and on. And then everybody that was supporting cast too on their show was great too. Like he had a solid team, and he had a solid material. And then when he
Yeah,
left,
Donnell Rollins. That was
yeah,
Ashley
yeah.
Larry. Yeah.
And then when he left and came back and started slowly getting back into doing comedy and doing the stand-ups, a lot of people said it was tasteless. Like you had to have an acquired taste to watch the newer Dave Chappelle, and I call it the woke Dave Chappelle. And I didn't see it that way. I still thought,
Did you call it that?
I call it, yes, I call it the woke, because he was becoming more political, more racy. Then after his hiatus, he came back and he did his stand-ups, and I absolutely loved all the stand-ups, and some people to this day say that when he came back he changed, and he was like, like if you sat there and you watched the Netflix stand-ups or like his specials, that it was like tasteless, or you had to have like some type of an acquired taste just to vibe to them again.
I mean, after he came back, like I enjoyed his stand up when he came back. Like Sticks and Stones, that was my shit, bro. Like
Yeah,
for real, for real.
yeah.
Like that made me want to go, you know what I'm saying, into my notebook and start writing new material. Like for real.
Yeah, little motivation.
Yeah.
But that's cool though, man. Like he definitely plays a big part in like my top like comedians and stuff like that. Like growing up, it was just crazy. Like like there were so many shows and so many things going on, and then like Dave Chappelle came in, like it just blew up, and then like it was everywhere. It was like it was the memes before the memes, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, cause he didn't give a fuck. That was the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he was one of the like first generation of comedians that like were like, well, not even. Nah, I'm not even gonna say that. He was the last of the generation that didn't give a fuck because uh the comedians now are more so PC
Yeah,
in comparison to like the comedians back in the day. They didn't give a fuck. They would say whatever the fuck.
yeah. Back
Sometimes
in the day.
I write a status and I'm like, this is funny, but let me delete it. Let me delete
Let me not
it.
let me not upset the people, because I'm gonna hear it if I post this bitch. But
Exactly.
yeah.
You're misogynistic. I don't even know what the fuck that means, bitch.
Oh,
Like,
Alexa, can you Alexa,
massage a what? You want
for
to give me a
real?
massage, bitch? Like, what the? Nah, but yeah, that's how it be though.
But we're gonna switch up the topic, and we're go back to some good old top threes. What's your top three current as of today uh favorite rappers to date?
Shit. Um, Kevin Gates, off rip.
Okay,
Lil Wayne, off rip.
Lil Wayne.
and then it got to be Drake. Just being honest, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was
Hey,
to like really think about the top three, then you got J. Cole, Kendrick, and Wale like second tier.
not bad, not bad. I can dig that. I mean, not so much Lil Wayne, but I'm not gonna hold you against it. But
And Wayne is still the current rapper, so I'm
no,
gonna
hey,
put him on my
no,
list
I'm
of
not.
really.
I'm not saying that he's not, but I'm just saying like as far as like top, to me, I don't know about that one, man. I don't know.
Lil Wayne is my top four of all time.
He's
My
more
top four.
he's more influential to you, which I respect
Mhm,
because like we talked about this plenty of times through Facebook
mhm.
posts and memes and jokes and trolling, you name it.
Yeah,
But I definitely respect Wayne. Uh, as far as like I told you earlier, like this generation's like pioneer of like what rap has become. Um, I respect the hell out of
yeah,
him as an artist. Consistency, like during his prime, was bar none like untouchable. Dedications
yeah.
after dedications. Then you had like Carters after
Have
Carters.
you heard Funeral?
Yes.
You didn't think highly of it,
Um.
or
I
it didn't have replay value?
it to me it was it's like this. When I don't hear somebody for a while and then I just hear them again, it's weird. It's weird
Mm.
sounding to me. Wayne is
But you
def
like you like Cole, right?
yeah, but that I guess you could say that. But
C-
Cole to me hasn't changed up much. He's progress he
Nah, but he goes for like 2-3
Yeah, he
years.
does, he does. But he
You know.
he's progressively gotten better in far as like, production and what he makes. To
Mhm.
compare it to like how Wayne does, I think it's just like Wayne's hiatus and then
I
when he
think
came
Wayne
back.
goes into the booth every time just to prove that he could still rap.
Yeah,
That's what I feel his intention is.
yeah, a part of me can agree with that. I just think for me, like I was never like a huge Wayne fan. I mean, I am a fan, of course, obviously. I know good music when I hear it. I know a good lyricist when I hear it. Um,
Mhm.
it's just for as far as like playback ability, what I'm really listening to, if I can really catch a vibe to it. I mean, to me, my catalog for Wayne stops at Carter 3. Do I listen to Wayne after that? Of course, 100%. I mean, like I said, I still respect him as a pioneer of today's rap generation. And
But
like
but your respect level kind of like starts to decline after the Carter Three.
it's like yeah, it's like I wouldn't discredit him for doing what he's
Yeah.
doing. I wouldn't say that all of his music is trash after Carter 3 cuz it's not. There's some songs on each
Mhm.
album after that, that I can listen to and I can jam to. It's just like it doesn't give you that impact like when you first heard Carter 1, Carter 2. Like when you heard Carter 2
Yeah.
for the first time and you go back and listen to Carter 2 right now in 2020, it's like holy hell, like this slaps, dog. Like it slaps. And Carter 2,
Well, I always had this theory with Wayne with the first three Carters. It was like musically, the first Carter was the best one. Lyrically, the second Carter was the best one. And then conceptually, the third Carter was the best one.
that's a great analogy because I can agree on that 100%. Carter 1 had tons of songs and it was like the introduction. And then like Carter 2 came and like told people like, "Yo, like I'm really about to lay some shit down. Like these are bars. This is like
That's when he was fucking with Dipset. So like that's why
yeah,
like most of the beats were like a whole bunch of sample beats and
yeah,
shit. And
with
he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna fucking spit.
yeah,
And
and
then he just
and
went to spit. Yeah.
and then the Carter 3 was I think I hold Carter 3 and Carter 4 like his transition. Like that was like when he
Well,
was
okay, like you have to look at the Carter Three like just concepts. Like you can't look at it like lyrically or like musically or
no,
whatever.
no,
Just like
no. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I'm
but he
saying.
had he had a song called "Let the Beat Build." So like he like literally wrapped a beat up, and the beat was building during the duration of the song.
Yeah, yeah,
So that was that song. Then he had Dr. Carter when he was operating on a fucking song. You know what I'm saying? And then the concepts just kept going. Carter 3, I feel like he was the most mind fucked. And he was just trying to just think outside the box. Like, you know, like how like Kanye had that moment.
yeah.
Like, I feel like every rapper has that moment that they just want to like do something different that you could remember them for.
Hmm.
Carter 3 was that for Wayne. Like, he just wanted to just build concepts. He didn't care if he came the with the hardest bars. I already did that on fucking Carter 2. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
You want some hits? Listen to the Carter 1.
yeah.
This right here, you're going to remember me for this shit right here.
And what's funny is touch back on because you brought up Kanye West. Um, my all time favorite Kanye West album is 808s, and
Oh my god, I hate that fucking
you
album,
see
dog.
exactly what I'm about to get
Oh.
to. You see what concept and
Mhm.
the whole theme.
What was the concept?
The
Please
whole the
explain it to
whole
me.
the whole theme of 808s was during the auto tune era. I call it the auto tune era. Shout out to T Pain.
But he didn't use the auto tune right.
What do you mean he
He
didn't
was
use
off
it
key.
right? What do you
He was off
mean?
key.
How was
He
he
was
off
off key.
key? That he created his own sound with the auto tune and the distortion, where people were trying to duplicate that and replicate that in a lot of their songs
Who
after
was trying to
808s.
duplicate and
I can't. Hey,
replicate that?
listen. I can't name it off the top of my head right
Everyone
now.
who rapped on 808 beats rapped. Like Drake is known for fucking rapping on what was it? Welcome to Heartbreak or whatever the fuck record he fucking rapped on.
Yeah.
That fucking record that he did on So Far Gone and shit. But like he rapped. Like no one was trying to duplicate that sound because they were so it was too close to the T-Pain era. So you got T-Pain that perfected the fucking auto-tune sound and you just distorted it. So you picked the right key and said, fuck it, I'm gonna go a key right.
Okay, but I'll one you up on that.
Mm,
Um, to me, during this whole little auto tune era we're talking about, because
mm.
your boy was heavier on that than Kanye. Um,
Lil Wayne.
and to me, honestly,
No, Lil Wayne was on some bullshit too. I ain't for the
no.
front. He was
Listen
on bullshit.
to me, if anybody murdered auto tune, it was definitely fucking Wayne. Definitely.
Nah, but he
You
had
wanna talk about oversaturation? You wanna talk about
I
oversaturation?
love.
Nah, bruh. Nah, listen, oversaturation and overuse of autotune was clearly Wayne. He took that shit and he ran with it. Like
But no,
everything he came out with was auto-tuned.
but you have to see the impact that it had. Like I'll joke with you and shit with it. Like cool. Like you know what I'm saying? How to love. He was off tune. Cool. But he also took that same ideology and then he incorporated it into rapping, which is the same fucking method that every fucking new school rapper runs with. So he paved the way for NBA YoungBoy, Trippy Red, for motherfucking like fucking Lil Yachty, any fucking new school rapper. He paved the way for them because there's no fucking new school rapper that fucking doesn't use that shit
Well, because now I think honestly it's not.
to rap. I'm not saying to sing.
No, no,
They
no, no, no,
use it to
no.
rap.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Put the auto-tune as an effect on your voice. To have that sound,
Yeah,
the
you don't even
auto-tune
put
sound.
reverb. You remember back in the day when we used to rap, you just put reverb on the vocal. It's a clean vocal.
I still
Nowadays,
do that. I don't put auto tune on my shit. I have never set. You go on my SoundCloud right now. Anything that I put out, I've never put auto tune on. It's all reverb. It's all
and
reverb.
I swear I don't mean this to be fucking a dickhead or nothing. It's because you come from our era, bruh.
Not even that. You know how bad I wanted to use auto tune. Auto tune is great. Don't get me wrong. Auto tune is great. It's to
Matter
the
of fact, your cousin used to kill it with that shit.
Yeah. The auto tune is great. But the thing is, to me, is like back to the Kanye conversation because I don't like how you shitted on 808s. First of all, and Wayne's on the album with one of the best songs on that album. If
What
if
song was that?
See You in My Nightmares. Come on, bro.
That was one of the best songs on that album.
Yeah, it was. To me, it was.
No,
It was. It's
no, it
not
was.
the best. You want to know the best song on there?
Please tell me.
I have there's two songs for me actually. Is is
Oh, and by the way, because like I swear, like isn't it like I'm the type of person that I hold a conversation, but a thought be on the back of my head. When I said your cousin killed it with that, I meant that in a positive light. I didn't mean it in a
No,
negative
I
light.
know, bro. I know, bro. Yeah, I know the difference between giving me props and what we're talking about now. But
Oh, okay, okay, cool.
yeah, but the
Nah, like I feel like I'm really that type of person. Like that shit will fuck with me to the end of the
nah, you good,
conversation.
fam. You good, fam. But two of my favorite songs on there is obviously is the intro, and then which is Say You Will, which is
Say you will, yeah, I give you that one. Yeah, hell yeah.
and of course I'm gonna say Cold as Winter.
I feel RoboCop was better than Coldest Winter.
RoboCop is too corny. Beat is fire. Beat is fire. But I would
The
put
the concept was whack.
the song is kind of too bouncy for me. But the beat is fire. But
Yo, give me some other records that were on that shit, bro.
the third one I put is Paranoid. That shit would slap today right now on the radio right now. It would slap.
What was that? What was that one that was like dum 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 dum? Like it was like literally just drum kicks in the beginning of the song.
Oh,
I'm about to
doom
look
doom
that shit up.
doom doom doom
Yeah,
doom
yeah.
doom doom. That
And they
song.
and he had Heartless on that shit too.
Yeah,
Heartless,
he had Heartless.
Heart, Heartless was a fucking dope record.
He had that's he also had Amazing with Jeezy.
Wait, is that the record that I'm talking about?
I'm not sure. I actually haven't heard this shit. Doom doom doom. It's amazing. Yeah, it might be it. It might be it.
It's amazing. It maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
don't
you
want to
may be
get.
right.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
ain't.
nah, nah. I think you're right. So that was a dope record. But Heartless, I give it to Heartless and Say You Will.
Say You Will, Coldest Winter, and then top three, like close to top three up there would be Paranoid. Paranoid would slap today. Oh, I'm telling you right now, it would slap.
I don't know. I put that middle tier. It wasn't a whack record on it, but I don't know, just the whole sound of the fucking shit. And trust me, I've had this debate with my homies plenty of times. Like with Beans, like Beans
Yeah.
tell me that was one of fucking Kanye's best fucking shits. I
Eh,
think 808s. I think 808s and Yeezus were his worst two albums. I
Yeezus was good
honestly,
too. It was good. It
dog,
wasn't trash. It was good. It was good.
you want to know Kanye's best two albums for me was motherfucking Dark Twisted Fantasies and Late Registration.
I can dig that because I would put at the same level. Dark Twisted is up there. I
It's
prefer
slept
the
on. It's slept on. People
yeah
don't know how
yeah
fucking amazing that album
that
was.
was the time that was around the time before he started getting crazy and then married Kim and all that. But Dark Twisted is
He's
definitely up
fucking with
there.
Amber though.
Yeah
One of the
that,
songs was about Amber. I forgot what song it was, but one of the songs was about Amber.
but
But fucking
I
in the
I
fucking club.
yeah, I definitely put Dark up there. Dark is definitely slept on, but it's got so many good songs. So for the time that it came out, it was like, bruh, like you hear it and it's like the production and the beats and the samples.
what
It just meshes. It
what was the
meshes.
song with just the piano keys? I know that
That's
none did a
Runaway.
remix to it.
That's Runaway, isn't it?
Yeah, that
That's
song was
the
amazing.
with T Pusher, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a fucking amazing record.
yeah. And then like, to me, like for me, like if I had to sit down in a room for 24 hours and not only listen to one album from Kanye, it's gonna be 808s. And then after that, it would be Dark Twisted. And then top three, it would be. Let's see, now it's another tie between College Dropout and Late Registration, which is
You don't
crazy to
even
me.
fuck. You don't even put graduation in the debate. That's funny.
I like Graduation, but to
Graduation
me,
was a great album, dog.
but
That
to
shit
me,
was.
I just can't get. See, like I'm not real picky, but I'm real like self preservative when it comes to like listening to something over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to like really like be in that zone and be like collected by the artist to be like, yeah, I can listen to this any day, all day. I don't care where I'm at, who I'm with. I could just like jam this shit. You know what I'm saying?
It depends your personality, I guess. Like if you really look at the choices that you picked, it was like, more of his dark music. You picked 808s, you picked dark twisted fantasies, and you said late registration, right?
Yeah,
All those are like more so dark albums, where like college dropout and like graduation were like uplifting music. Like some people just get in those vibes, bro. Like I'm like that with Drake. Like with
yeah,
Drake, like I like Drake's. I don't want to listen to you fucking give me that wagwan shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want Jamaican Drake.
yeah.
I want like the heartbreak Drake.
Listen,
Like that.
if I could, because the thing is, you know me, and boy, do you know me. I
And this is one of the questions that I was gonna give you on the 101, but I'm just gonna give it to you now.
go ahead.
Um, Worst Drake album, best Drake album.
Holy snap!
Yeah, I knew I was gonna fuck with you with that one.
Wow. Best Drake album, worst Drake album. um. Okay, well, you already know because I already said this shit since 2011. Take Care is his best album, hands down.
Agree, agree,
Hands down, front to back.
agree.
You can never press skip. Get a whole vibe for an hour.
You you know what pisses me off?
People say
People s-
otherwise.
no, people say that Drake doesn't have a classic album. So let's say that
Drake,
So
Drake,
Far Gone.
Drake. I didn't mean to cut you off, but real quick, Drake has two classics to me.
Yeah, but that's what I was getting to. Some
They
people don't consider So Far Gone an album. So it's like, all right, cool. If it's not an album, whatever. Whatever the fuck that was a classic. Classic, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
listen,
Right?
listen. If you, if, because you're like me. We're big Aubrey friends from
Yeah,
the jump.
facts.
If you know how many people I just put on recently to not so far gone, but do you remember that the mixtape he had before that?
Comeback season.
Bro, you want to talk about pressure? You want to talk about the whole Drake vibe before it actually blew up? Like,
But you was spit back then though.
dog,
That was a different Drake though.
but the beat,
That was underground Canada, you know what I'm saying?
but the beat,
Like
the beats,
that was boom bap
the
Drake.
vibe. Oh man, he was making music with Ninth Wonder. Like,
Yeah.
like people don't know that. And like I'm like, bro, I've been a Drake. Oh, you right. You just DRI. You just you just riding. No, bro.
Nah,
Like
we was fucking with Drake with the trench coat.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm
with
saying?
the part, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like dog, like you need to hear this, bro. Like So Far Gone and Comeback Season like
No,
cemented.
So Far Gone was like so different than his other shit. I mean, he had that transition with dun, 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 dun. I forgot the name of that song. The song that he was singing.
You talking about Brand New?
Brand new. Yeah. That was like his transitional stage. But that was still technically, the comeback season. It was on his MySpace. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
But
if
So Far Gone was like when he was just experimenting with a whole bunch of fucking different sounds and different all type of shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But if you didn't really know Drake before that, then you just really fell on the wave with So Far Gone.
yeah, because to me, best album is Take Care, right?
Yeah.
Second to that,
Oh, please tell me. Yeah.
Thank Me Later.
My dog. Yeah, I'm dapping you up like over the
Virtually,
phone right now.
virtually, bro. I got you. I did the motion and all like a retard. I'm here, bro. I'm here, bro.
Yo,
But those,
Jeezy's verse on Unforgivable. Like I remember in 2010 just going through my shit and just like driving. I remember I had the fucking 93 Honda Accord, and I would
Ooh.
fucking just be riding through, just riding through the hood, just listening to his verse. I
Yeah,
wouldn't even
yeah.
get to Drake's verse. And Drake's verse, he had the bar where he's like, thinking of memories I never had, or you know what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah,
had
yeah.
bars, but I just kept listening to Jeezy's verse over and over again, and then the Aaliyah sample, like
That was
everything.
it. That was
It was
it.
so, it was perfect, bro.
I
That album
remember
was fucking perfect to
I
me.
remember hearing about his album. I literally went to Target the day it dropped and bought a hard copy. I brought that shit home, and then let me tell you, on the way home when I put it in the CD player,
Mhm.
when Unforgettable came on, and Aaliyah hit me with the "Let me know,"
You got hype.
bro, I was like, yo, because with me, dog, with me, like even like if you hear it in my music, I love samples, but the one thing that gets me all the time is samples
The
with
airy
women.
Sonic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
samples with women in the background. It doesn't have to be necessarily like a singer, but like some type of melody or sample or like some type of made up concoction of like a female in the background of the beat. And that that
Yo,
comes
but
that comes from me listening to Dipset so much.
yo, fucking shit, bro. Like Dipset was the fucking king of fucking samples. Oh my god. And me and my cousin rapped on so many of their
Oh
fucking
man,
beats,
yeah.
bro. We used to
Everybody
fucking
wanted to
rock.
rap on that. Everybody wanted to
You,
rap on those.
but you just took me back, bro. Like when saying like I rushed to the store to get a
Yeah, dude. I
CD.
was still I up until I think up until like recently, I used to support a lot of artists still like buy
Now that
hard copies.
that I have artists that I would forever support. Fucking Nas. Nas dropped some shitty albums on me,
Before
and I still.
before you give me those shitty albums, Drake's worst album.
Oh yeah, I already know what you're gonna say, but yeah.
What you think I'm gonna say? Give it to me. Don't
I
don't
mean,
don't think don't think I'm gonna say views because it's not
no,
views.
no, it's not views. Um,
Ooh,
off album wise,
yeah.
if you're reading this, it's too late.
Nope,
No.
nope.
Okay, well, it better not be the one that he got the afro looking in the sky and shit.
Oh, nothing was the same. No, 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 no.
Yeah. Okay, which one?
More life.
That's not an album. That was an EP.
That was an album, bro.
No, it wasn't.
That
It
was
was an EP.
that was a
It
legit album, bro. What do you mean? I
no, it
followed
was
him
an
on
E.
Spotify, bro. It was a
It
legit
was
album.
just like the shit he just dropped. That shit was an
Listen,
EP.
how can an EP have 16 tracks? Come on, fam. That's an album,
Nah,
bro. That's an album. People were
I'm about
calling it
to.
an EP because they were doing the same thing as So Far Gone. So Far Gone was supposed to be a mixtape, but he re-released it as an album. But people still call it a mixtape. More Life has
I,
More Life has
nah, nah,
16
nah.
songs. And
If I would have if I would have considered that an album, I would have said More Life too. But I thought it was like an EP, like the shit he just dropped. Like it's just like all right, like whatever. You could take
nah,
these records. I mean,
the shit he
the
just
shit he
dropped.
just dropped was like 9, 10 records.
Nah, I think it was more. It was 15, but most of them were already pre-released.
So it was More Life though. Well, nah, More Life had like five
More
records.
Life had like a lot of songs that they tried to push, like that was on the radio and shit like that. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
whatchamacallit, they had what's that one song? Um Damn, I can't think of the name. It was like that stupid freaking Passion Fruit. There we go. Passion Fruit. That was getting played on night
Yeah.
jams and stuff like that. But the only song I do
Just
like on there, and then we'll get back to the Nas. The only song that I do like on there was Sacrifices, because Young Thug's verse on there I absolutely love, and that's hard coming from me. Like
nah. It's probably because you haven't heard enough Thug,
I
and
I
I'm not a big
tried.
fan.
I tried.
I'm not. I'm,
I tried. It
like
just he's like a Kodak to me. Like if I keep hearing him, he sounds the same. But then when I hear him on other people's shit, it's like, oh, this man can really spit. He can actually make some fucking music. Like to me, it's like
No,
And
Kodak's nice. You gotta listen to his
nah, bro,
the album
nah.
he dropped before. No, you gotta listen to the album he
I
dropped before he
tried,
got
dude.
locked up.
I tried, dog. My listen, my homeboy Nino, if he hears this, the biggest Kodak fan. He don't try to put me on so many songs, so many videos, so many mixtapes, and I just can't do it. I just can't. He sounds the same. He's too repetitive for me, bro. But
Do you remember the name of the project that he
no,
tried to put you on?
I don't. It was a while ago, a couple weeks ago, a month ago, but I just can't get into Kodak. He sounds the same on every track, but when you put him with somebody else,
N-
he sounds
nah, but
amazing.
I got a homie. You know him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't the biggest Kodak fan, and then he hit me up, which surprised me. You know what I'm saying? It's my dog None. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it was the Dying to Live project. And then he hit me up and he was like, "Bruh, did you hear this?" And I was like, "Nah, not yet. I got it downloaded. I'm gonna hear it
Yeah.
or whatever." And when it dropped, and then he was just like, "Bro, this shit is fucking dope as fuck." If you sit back and you listen to that project, bro, like he's talking like real shit. Like that's a misconception that like people tend to have with a lot of these like new rappers. Like I feel people have that misconception with NBA YoungBoy. Like honestly, like when I hear NBA YoungBoy, I hear like a really like young and misguided like Kevin Gates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I like NBA a lot. Like a lot. Like no homo.
not he talks about life. Like his music has substance,
Yeah.
but people choose to be like a reciprocant of that bullshit that he's talking or whatever. Like they're just like whatever. Like he's not talking about nothing. All right,
Yeah.
whatever.
But back to top threes. If I had to pick a top three, um, damn, that's hard. Top three current. Well, you already know Drake is up there, obviously.
Hmm.
Uh, content wise, quality wise, consistency. Ain't nobody even on his level. Not at all. Not even close. And I say that in the most unbiased way because I got facts and I got numbers to prove it. Um,
You're being biased because like you're like
a tad
his
bit, a
biggest
tad
fan.
bit, a tad
You're
bit,
being
a tad
biased.
bit. But the thing is, we'll touch on this and I'll get to the last two. The thing
Hmm.
about this is when I talk to people about Drake and people dislike Drake so much for this reason that he's
Then you start trolling. That's when
no,
you start
no.
trolling, bro.
I start being realistic. I'm like, look, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. You know, he's not from the streets. He thinks he's a thug. He can do this, he can do that. He does, uh fake accents on songs or whatever, blah 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 blah. Raji. The list goes on, obviously. There's a lot of people that dislike
I
him.
find that to be funny when he does that, but
Me
like
too, but
I find it to be funny, but then at the same time, I'm just like, yo,
it's
like
whatever.
no, like it's beyond that. Like I'm like, yo, like you know how much talent it takes to like literally like adapt to someone's culture, adapt to someone's musical like
Exactly.
genre, and
Take
then be able to like capitalize on it,
take
like to be
into
able to get
yeah,
there. Mm.
take into consideration the songs he did with Bad Bunny. This man was
Yo, I
spit
thought that shit was dope as fuck.
this man was spitting in Spanish.
And the shit that he did with fucking Romeo Santos.
Exactly.
He was yeah, dog. He was spitting in Spanish,
It's to me,
like
yeah,
for
like
real.
real Spanish, like the
Hmm.
understandable Spanish, you know? So
Yeah,
like to me, it's like this when it comes to Drake. When I spill the beans um to people when when we talk about top fives, top tens, or favorite currents or whatever like we're doing now, I say
nah, Drake gonna be in my.
yeah, it's
I be hating on him just because I have such a high expectation of him. It's the same thing with Kendrick Lamar. It's the same thing with J Cole. When they drop some shit that is not up to like what my expectation of them is, then I be talking shit.
yeah, cuz
But it's not because I don't think that they like are whack. I just think that they're so raw that yo, you should have met my expectations. I did that with views,
yeah.
and then like after hearing views a few times, I'm like, okay, like views was good. Never mind.
Yeah, cuz the same thing goes for me like when the dark demos dropped, I
Mhm.
was excited that the Chicago Freestyle was on there. I was excited that When to Say When was on there. And then I was like, I've already heard these songs. But
Then you heard Tootsie Roll and you started doing that. Ain't
all day, nah, let me
you
stop.
you made a TikTok, bro.
Listen, I am uncoordinated to left foot up, left foot slide, right foot slide, and I tried it. No, fam, I'm just it's not me, bro. But
So was Drake. Did you see the video, bro? Goddamn, bro. Fucking everybody in TikTok killed him, bro.
yeah, they did. But the thing is, to me, it's like I heard the dark demos, and I was like, besides Chicago Freestyle and When to Say When, I was like, it gets.
There were there were no whack records on that
But
though.
let me finish. Yeah, I said six out of 10, 6 out of 10. I love the two songs that he made the video for, and that was it. And then I did my whole, I call it the marinating process. I said I'm gonna give it another try. I'm gonna listen to this album and nothing else for the rest of the week. Remind you, it was only Tuesday last week. I was like, let me listen to everything again. Now, now I love Deep Pockets. I love D4L. And there's another song on there. I can't remember the damn name.
Deep Pockets was raw off the rip.
Oh man, and as far as it being the intro, it just sets the whole mood for me. You know, like I heard the song, the album, and I'm like I said, I was like 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. If it wasn't for When to Say When and Chicago Freestyle, it would probably be like a 4. But then when I sat there and I dwelled to it, I was like, damn, hold on, man. I think I got something here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, the song is called Landed, by the way. Um,
Mhm.
to me, it was when I sat there and actually listened to it, with what he was saying, I was getting like flashbacks of the old Drake. You know, when you hear like sampled music and
What old Drake, bro?
like older Drake, like So Far Gone and Comeback Season. Like when you hear
You got you no, hold up,
not
bro.
on the whole
Can I
album, not on the whole album. I didn't say the whole album. I what
on those records?
Yes, when you hear Chicago Freestyle and When to Say When, it's like the samples.
No, Chicago freestyle, yeah.
Yeah, like the and
Cause it
When to Say
it
When too.
that gives you that same vibe that fucking Say You Will gave you when he's just talking real shit
Yeah, like
or whatever. Yeah.
it gave me the okay, how about this? We won't classify it as the Comeback Season Drake. We'll just keep it as older Drake, because older Drake before
Thank
was,
me later.
yeah, before was like, you know what I'm saying, like a totally different person. I wouldn't say totally, but very very distinctly there's a difference, you know?
Well, I feel like the plateau of Drake was not the plateau, the upper echelon of Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like the highest level was during that peak that was So Far Gone, Thank Me Later, and Take Care. Everything after that, as much as I like him as an artist, has been a decline. He hasn't had the same, but then at the same time I'm just like, okay, like it's just because he's been trying to appeal more so to the commercial
Yeah.
audience
Yeah.
in comparison. Back then he didn't have to give a fuck. Like Take Care dog. His fucking singles was like Marvin's Room, bro.
Yeah,
Like he
it
could
was.
literally. You remember fucking Club Paradise? That was a dope ass fucking record, but that he just dropped it just to drop it. Like, oh, the album's coming, but I'm gonna drop this whatever record, and then you hear it. I did a remix to that fucking record, like with fucking Beans, bro, because I love that fucking record so fucking much, bro.
Yeah, yeah, that was one of my favorite. And then he re-released it on the care package.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, shit, he gonna get his bread.
Yeah, he gonna get his money. But as far as like for me, Drake, it's like this, bro. Every time we talk about him, everybody says I don't like him, this and that, whatever. The thing that the Snapple facts that I hit people with is like this. You can't name me somebody in the rap game.
What says Snapple facts,
Snapple
bro?
facts,
Most people say car facts. This motherfucker says
Snapple
Snapple.
facts. Shout out to Snapple. I tell them you can't name a rapper in the last 10, 12 years that's been more consistent, dropped more albums, that got more hits, that sold more records, that made more money, that made more fame than Drake. There's absolutely nobody touching this man's consistency as far as the last 10, 15 years almost in the rap game. There's not. I don't care what you say. Billboard hits, features, sales.
You
It's
said 10, 15 years?
yeah, as good as good and as much as this man's been doing. Ain't nobody.
Nah, nah, nah. If you go 15 years, that's 2005, bro. Like Drake was nowhere.
All right, well I said 10 to 15. I know he's been in the game for a while. He's been in the game since like shit, early
Like
like
oh
late
09,
2000s.
09.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
oh 09.
no, hell no, way more than that.
So Far Gone was 09, bro.
Okay, well comeback season was before that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that didn't do nothing. That didn't do nothing. You know, you had to be following him off the Grassy or
No,
some
no, no, no,
shit,
no. I
bro.
take no. You could take that back because the two singles he came off of comeback season was featuring Trey Songz, which actually he put a video on, which actually got him kind of put on.
Fucking
Kind of,
Replacement Girl, bro.
kind of, bro. Kind of.
Replacement Girl was corny as fuck,
Let it
bro.
be corny, dog. But guess what? It was still a song with Trey Songz, and that was when Trey Songz was blowing up.
Nah, I know when it was, but that song didn't do shit.
Man, enough about Drake, bro. My top three: Drake. I'm gonna, even though he hasn't dropped anything, I'm gonna say Drake, Cole. I fucking love Cole. That's a whole nother conversation. Um,
I feel Cole is raw as fuck.
and even though
I
even though I didn't mean to cut you off, and even though he passed away, I'm gonna have to put Mac in there because he just
That's
can't.
fine.
They just dropped an album after Swimming, uh, and I can't not. This is how it is with Mac. I cannot not listen to Mac at least once a day, and it's always Swimming or kids or something. Like if I want to go have a good time, like if I'm in, let's say I'm in a good mood, it's payday. I mean, wifey's not on her period. I got a bottle. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put on kids because it's just jumping. It's got that vibe to it. And then there's
But
sometimes. Go ahead.
you know how we were talking earlier, and before y'all don't know, but the podcast fucked up a few times,
Yeah,
a
we're
lot
having
more than a few times.
technical difficulties.
Yeah, and we were talking about Big not having enough material, right? Like Mac had like an oversaturation of fucking material. So it's like with you putting him on your list is not even like a big deal. Like it's like, yeah,
Yeah, well, you know how
like
some people get technical and they're like, "You said current, and he's passed away, so he can't be current if he's not here anymore."
he hasn't even been passed away a year, has he?
I think it's been a year, or it's about to be a year. I believe, but because he died just after Swimming, and that came out last year. So, but
I remember when he passed away. I fucking saw the fucking post. Like people started posting
yeah,
pictures of him,
yeah,
and I was like, bro, like that can't be real.
I didn't want to believe it either, dog, because during, like, a lot of people don't know, during that time I was going through a rough patch in life, like real rough.
Mm.
Like wanted to sell the studio. I was going through problems at home. Like I left my house. I was living with my mom. Like a lot of fucking shit. Like I was in dark, 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 dark places. And
And that helped you.
yeah, dude, when Swimming came out, from
Mm.
front to back, dude, every time I got up for work, every time I got up for work, I'd play it. It'd get the track six. Every time the drive from here to work, it would get the track six. I'd pause it, holler at my bosses and my employees, get in my work truck, and continue to play it until it stopped. It became like a routine, bro. Like a routine. And self care and 2009, dog, I cannot tell you how much, like, it helped me get through like dark. I'm talking dark, bro. You know dark.
No.
You know, if
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
knows dark, it's me and you, bro. But I know you
yeah,
know dark. It was some
yeah.
dark times, bro. But yeah, like I said, he definitely played a big part of me coming back out of like depression and the dark times that I was going through. And to me, like I said, it takes a lot for an artist to like really stick with me and like make me feel what they're trying to portray through their music. And Mac just was on a totally different level when he came out with Swimming, and then like it was like in that, I wouldn't say too dark and depressed like theme, but it was like, it fit for what I was going through. The album isn't really necessarily all dark. There's some more uplifting tracks on there, and then when he passed, and then he came out with the Circles, and I found out that it was supposed to be a collab, like a double disc, even though they don't make double discs no more, but it
Mm.
was like a double CD, like double drop.
Oh, he dropped the
Uh,
double disc for Faces, I think.
yeah, so like the whole swimming in circles theme fucking blew my mind, and then when I sat there and listened to Circles,
Mm.
it was like all the feels. It was like
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah, bro, like you made it type deal. Like this is the finish line, and like you get that from listening to the beginning of swimming to the end of swimming, and then to the beginning of Circles to the end of Circles. It's like a whole movie is portrayed, and it's like congratulations, like what I'm saying, you made it to the end. Like this is your reward, and it will always forever stick with me because like that was a really bad time for me, like
Mm.
you know where I am in life and what I was going through. Like it was, for those people who know, they know. I'm not gonna spill all the beans, but like just know it was really bad. Like a lot of people see me and they see me joking and trolling and laughing and doing the thing and smiling and think everything is sweet, but I got problems too. I mean, ain't nobody perfect, but I mean that album and him as a whole was definitely somebody that you can put on and just get in that zone and get away. You know what I'm saying? Like get away for a little while. Get away for an hour and just be vibing, and then it
He,
release so much stress.
but it's so weird because it's like he talks about depressing shit, but it kind of gives you like a comfort, like it's not just you experiencing.
Yeah, yeah. That's basically
Yeah.
that's basically what a lot of them. Well, not a lot, but like the selective few that can make good quality quantity music, and they spit and they tell you these stories, and it's like, bro, I know when they were making it. I know when Mac was making Swimming, dog. He's like, bro, I just made the song. It's called Self Care. It's basically stating like I need to take care of myself rather than take care of everybody else. I know for a fact I ain't the only one in the world feeling this shit. And
Yeah.
then when he drops it, I go on there and it's one of my favorite damn songs on the album. And it's like, bro, and it's just one of those albums and one of those artists that really stick with me. You know what I'm saying? Like the other tops that we mentioned, but and then
Not
you know,
Max on it, like Max on mine as well. Like
yeah, there's
yeah, Max on mine as well. Like
yeah, I got a lot, but I'm not gonna get into that conversation. We're gonna have a whole nother episode talking about top tens and twenties. We'll be here for
yeah.
30 years, bitch.
Nah, but there's certain artists that like stick out to me in regards to like what you're speaking about. One that I have in mind,
Yeah,
he passed away like way too young was X. Like I don't know what
yeah,
it
yeah,
was. Like X was like the younger version of me. Like like that one
yeah,
person that just like is extremely depressed, but like when you're like interacting with him, it's just like all jokes. But you fuck with him, he's gonna fight you. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he's just mad.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like like you don't know what personality to get. And then when I found out that me and him were born the same day, I don't know. Like I believe in zodiacs and shit. I was just like, oh, like that's crazy.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
trippy, man. Like and especially it hit me kind of hard too because he's from Florida. Then like, what's sad is like I tapped into X just before he passed. So
Hmm.
like it was still new to me, like like I was
And then
just
you went
listening
back,
to like
right?
yeah, and I started listening to his older stuff, and I was like, bro, this man, he was definitely on another level, and he definitely, most definitely, if he had the time to grow, he would have gotten so much better, like
Oh hell yeah.
so much better, dog. Like I heard him on what is that? He got a damn song on the I call it the question mark album. He got a song with Joey Badass. What's it
Yeah.
called? To
Yeah.
X Infinity 100, what is it? 888 Infinity?
Yeah.
One of my favorite verses from him on that track. And
Because they were going
he
back
I
and forth.
yeah, and I started like really really listening to him like after that, and it was just like
Well, if you were to listen to like his older shit, like he was real weird. Cause like he'll do like the screamo shit. Like that's how the I didn't even know about the screamo shit because like how I heard about him was through the R&B shit.
yeah, yeah.
So like, cause I thought he was a singer, and then like,
Yeah.
and then he came out, like he became popular, and then he was like a screamo rapper. I'm like, nah, I ain't feeling with this. I ain't fucking with this shit. And then
Yeah.
he had like verses like Vice City or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like where he literally would get on boom bap beats and be like a
Yeah,
'90s
yeah,
rapper.
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
yo, like this kid is versatile. He's talented as fuck. Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
with
he
it.
was. Yeah, he was definitely one of the unique. I like to call those kind of artists like hybrids. You know,
Yeah,
got like the best
I
of
think
like
that I brought
everything.
that out earlier when we were talking about I forgot what we were talking about, but I ended up bringing up Juice World and X like back to
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah. Juice is another one that
Yeah,
that
because he
he
did
could
the
have went.
same thing. Yeah, like he
Yeah,
could
yeah,
do the boom
very
bap.
similar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
very similar. But he had, I think the one thing he had over X was how melodic he was. Like he
Oh
can
yeah.
be on like hooks and stuff. Oh my god, he was perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate to admit it, but the song he got with Eminem is fucking fire. It's
Yeah,
it's it's
no, no,
it's fire
it was,
because
it was.
but the 90% is because of Juice. But
Yeah.
I mean that's for another discussion. But he had it in him too, man. Real
But even
melodic, and
like the
I
record
like
that
that.
like dropped like right after he passed away, and then there's like a record
Yeah,
that passed away like not that long ago. I think it's called Righteous.
yeah,
Um, yeah, yeah, his melody game was crazy.
yeah.
Can't put a hate on it.
Very soulful individual.
Yeah.
But we made it to the end of the podcast, so you already know what I'm about to deliver. I have to deliver these rapid fire questions. I'm gonna give you some questions. First thing comes to mind
that's
will be
that's
the
straight,
answer.
but dog,
Yeah.
you, I got something for you too, though, bruh. You think I
Oh,
can't prepare, man?
oh, you got something for me? What you got? A gift for me? What you got? Amazon
Nah,
gift
nah,
card or something?
mm, fuck you. I got motherfucking questions for you, dog. So you shoot me a question,
Oh,
I shoot you a question. We
look at
gonna run it
Christian
like
on this
that.
podcast shit.
Yeah, dog. We went through two fuck ups, dog. So I can't prepare this time.
Yeah, man, I hear you, bro. All right, we gonna start off with what's your dream job?
My dream job is to be a social media person, like entertainer, influencer, whatever the case
Yeah,
may be. I just want to create content and get paid off of it. I don't want to perform. I don't want to
boom,
be in front of people. Nothing.
boom.
Just create content.
I could dig it. I could dig it.
So my first one for you was your best Drake album, your worst Drake album. But we already got that eliminated. So the
What's next?
next one is gonna be what would you have done if you were 6ix9ine?
Oh, wow. Who's doing the podcast? Me or you? Holy shit, that's a good one. Um, being in the predicament he was in,
Mhm.
um, cause he still got off. I don't think he knew he was gonna get off. I wouldn't have snitched. I wouldn't have snitched.
Do do you mean that, or are you saying that just because
Honestly,
you want
honestly,
the
if it
crowd
was
to think you street? Yeah,
nah, nah, all bullshit aside, I probably wouldn't have snitched. You got to think about it. He already had the money. He already had the fame.
mhm.
Uh, if he would have probably waited it out, went to court like he did. I don't know if the judgment would have changed if he didn't snitch. It might have not. It might have.
You would have got
That's I
20
mean,
or some shit like that.
that's if it goes through.
Mhm,
But honestly, to me, I know it sounds cliche.
mhm,
I don't knock him for doing it. Was it kind of bitch made? Yeah, it was. But at the
mhm.
end of the day, there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't know or we found out later, about him. The guys wanted to kill him and kidnap his baby mama and all that shit. To me, that plays a big factor in why he snitched. Because when you got somebody on your team that's supposed to be supporting you and backing you, and then you hear and you see and they do dumb shit like that, they're threatening your family and your livelihood like that. But like, dude, I just put you on.
Mhm.
That to me is what persuade him to snitch. So I don't knock him. I hope he gets the help he needs and like stay safe and just does his thing.
But you
Um
wouldn't
be-
have.
I wouldn't have snitched. No, I think I would have held my own and said, "Fuck it, bro."
I feel
It's
you.
on me, bro. It's on me. Because I mean,
Cause you
he
involved
knew.
yourself in the bullshit,
Yeah,
right?
he knew what he was getting into, regardless. You know what I'm saying? And people need to understand that you were given the power to make choices, and that was his choice. He could have said nah, you feel me, and never done that, but he did anyway. So sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet, and you know what I'm saying. That's basically I would have said nah. I would like, yo, lock me up, bro. I, I'm not gonna
Gotcha.
go through all that. My next question is favorite TV show of all time.
It is either Martin or Seinfeld. They tied. Same.
Both
Re-
classics. Both
Well,
classics.
facts. All right. So my question for you is,
Yeah, yeah.
what is your most toxic trait?
Wow. Most toxic trait?
Yeah. G
I would
shit.
say I would say my anger.
Mm,
Well, obviously because I'm older now. I've learned to handle it better and manage it way better than when I was a kid. But my anger got me into a lot of trouble, got me into a lot of fights, got me in trouble with the law, broken bones,
mm,
broken windows, broken car doors, you name it. Anger played a lot in me making terrible decisions when I was young, uh stupid decisions as of lately, so I think anger is way up there because there's sometimes you get angry and you say things to certain people,
yeah.
close to ones, loved ones, best friends, and you can burn a lot of bridges by saying some hurtful, meaningful shit, and especially when you're angry, because 90% of the time when you're angry, you're acting out of emotion, and that emotion is just it's blinded. Anger is blinded. It doesn't see, doesn't taste, doesn't smell, doesn't can't feel. It's just rage. It's just there, and then sometimes you just act out accordingly, and then it comes back to kick you in the ass. So I put anger up there with being the most toxic trait.
Yeah. Good answer, sir.
Thank you, sir. My next question would be, let's see, what's the first thing you notice of the opposite sex when you see a girl walking down the
uh,
street, butt ass naked? Now let me stop.
I'm gonna notice a butt then. She butt ass.
The butt,
It's a butt, bro. You said butt ass nigga shit.
the
Nah,
butt.
nah. There's different attributes I look into. The ass is probably the first one. Then you got to see, you look at her smile. You know what I'm saying, and then you gotta make sure she don't got no fucked up feet.
Yeah, yeah, I can dig that. I can dig that. I'm big on the feet too. I don't like scary looking feet, bro.
Nah,
Nah,
no
nah.
fucking Shaq feet, bro. I'm good off that. I'm good off that shit, bro. Shit.
Oh man, out there with the chicken little feet, bro. I'm good, fam. Pass that on to somebody else, bro.
um, top 5 podcasts.
Top five. I don't even think I have a top five, but I definitely have a top. I have a top three.
Go ahead.
Um, and I used to have more, but I kind of like grew out of it. Like the episode, not the episodes, but the podcast itself,
Hmm.
kind of like grew off on me and shit. So like I kind of like digressed, but uh number one would be it's IFC Yipes and Chris Matrix. They have a podcast called No Frills Podcast. Basically two guys from the East Coast that love video games, and they talk like me and you, joking, trolling, and they got a big hip hop music background, but they also have a long history in fighting games, and I play fighting games, always have, and their podcast is pretty dope. That's like the number one podcast I listen to the most. Next would be a wrestling podcast, obviously, but Talk is Jericho, Chris Jericho's podcast. I love the guests. I love the stories of insiders of like wrestlers that we grew up watching, and
You seen Booker T's on?
yeah, Booker T has one too. I
And
listen to
Stone
his
Cold.
from
Stone
time to
Cold is
time.
funny.
Yeah, Stone Cold is definitely in my Okay, I'll put Stone Cold's next. Then I'll give you a top four. I'm just trying to remember off my memory right now. So it would be No Frills, Talk is Jericho, the Stone Cold podcast, and uh, I can't remember the damn name of the guy. Uh, Shit, he's gonna kill me now, bro. I just got onto this dude, and I don't remember his name. He's a brand new podcast guy. Shit, what is that shit called? I try to remember it.
Wow, your promo is amazing.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm about to put myself on that shit, but Stone Cold, No Frills, Talk is Jericho, and
Over opinionated podcast. I feel you, my guy.
I'll put that number four. I'll put that number four. And then I just remember because I looked at my phone. I did a cheat sheet. It's All Deaf Squad Cast. They do
Oh,
yeah
yo, those are my guys, bro.
yeah
All deaf digital. They're
yeah
hilarious, bro.
yeah. That's them. I just started listening to them as of recently because like I said, the
The
older podcast.
because of the fucking quarantine shit. I already know because they've been
Yeah.
dropping hella shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's them. Yeah, Stone Cold, Talk is Jericho, No Frills, Over Opinionated, and All Deaf. Most definitely.
All right,
Right.
bet. That's what's up.
Um, my next question for you is what's one food you cannot give up?
Ramen noodles all day, every day.
What wait. Which kind of ramen noodles?
Chicken,
No, they got like 30 flat. Just chicken? That's it?
chicken, and I like shrimp.
You like the shrimp?
I like the shrimp. Nobody like the
The sh-
beef.
the shrimp, yeah, the beef is nasty, bro.
Yeah, the beef
That
nasty as
there,
fuck.
yeah, you might as well just eat dirt.
Facts, bro.
Might as well just, hey, put some dirt in the bowl and that's it, bro. You got
Yeah.
beef. You got beef right there. Ramen.
Yeah. Nah, but the chicken and the shrimp, fire. I only say shrimp because like my grandma used to like make the shrimp one, so that's what kind of what we grew up on or whatever.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Gotcha. You got some more for me or are you done?
Now I got more.
Oh, well bring it.
Uh, fucking, you're half Spanish, right?
Yes, Puerto Rican.
All right. Ask for Eminem McFlurry in Puerto Rican. Oh yeah.
To be honest, I don't even know how to pronounce. I wouldn't even know how to say that
You
in
just make
Spanish.
some shit up, bro. I'm half Puerto Rican. I'll tell you if you're right, bro.
I'm gonna call it I'm gonna call it the Eminem McFlurry.
You learn no Spanish, God, bro. They talk
But
half English, bro, and you still
yeah,
couldn't get
but
it.
what's funny is like I never really sat down and learned Spanish, so like I know certain words and like certain phrases when I hear it, but like as for me to say it and talk, I can't do it. Dog. I
Nah,
can't.
I just put that fucking with you. I met your mom. She speaks hella fluent English, so I already fucking know.
Shout out to
Um,
Mama Dukes with the English.
right, being
You
all
know,
bilingual and shit.
yeah, yeah. Do you know how to say it in Spanish? Because I want to hear it now.
No, if you want to say it in Puerto Rican, because I told you to say it in Puerto Rican for a reason, because they have a specific way that they would say it. So they were like, "Oye, nena, dame un McFlurry de M&M, puñeta." Or so basically, they say it in English, but they throw little, they'll throw little
Little,
Spanish
little,
words.
little Spanish on it, bro.
Yeah. Nah, but what would you tell the 18-year-old you?
Wow. 18-year-old Anthony. Shit. Number one, don't listen to what the hell everybody says. Don't listen to what they tell you. Like it could be like bad, negative, or like somebody trying to hold you down. Like don't listen to like no negativity. Uh, always push forward. Don't give up, because giving up is for fucking pussies. Just keep the same drive. And try to maintain and stay focused. Just stay focused. Like don't That's the biggest thing is staying focused, man. There's so many times I got distracted, I got derailed. I wanted to give up. As you heard early in the podcast, like staying focused and never minding what everybody says and what they think about you or any of that. Just keep pushing, you know?
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah, at 18-year-old Anthony. Jesus, that's it's just like it seems like so long ago.
It was though, if you
It
really
seemed
think about it. Like not like, in essence it was only like what, like 13 years ago or some shit like that, whatever, 14 years ago. But
yeah.
dog, that's like to you,
It's a long time ago,
that's
bro.
yeah, dog, that's over a decade. Like we've
Yeah.
grown so much that I could recall back to being 18, and it's just like I'm a completely different person. So
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah.
I'm like
All right,
way
my
more
next.
calm and shit.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Because back
Yeah,
then, I already told you, anger, man. Back then I was a hothead, but oh, what? What you say about my mama? All day, every day, bro. All
yeah,
day, every
yeah,
day.
yeah,
I hate
facts.
that
And
shit.
yeah.
Next one is if I'm gonna switch it up because I had it originally as if you were a rapper, but I'm gonna switch it up.
Mm,
If you could make a movie with
mm.
3 comedians right now, who would it be?
Kevin Hart,
Facts.
um, Chris Tucker, is dead or alive or no?
It doesn't matter. All time.
All time?
All time.
Kevin Hart, Chris Tucker, Patrice O'Neal.
Not bad.
Would you take an Uber on a first date?
Mm. Uber on the first date. Depends if do I have a car or not.
You, no.
I mean, we are taking an Uber, but sometimes you take Uber even
No,
if you do have a car.
no, no, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Uber on a first date. Um, yeah, I would do it.
Really, like no, no regrets or whatever,
No
no
regrets.
embarrassment.
Now, if me and that person are going on a date, obviously we have some type of chemistry.
Hmm.
Um, or she has some type of plan to where she thinks we have chemistry. And let's just say I'm not financially stable to have uh a car or some type of mobile transportation. I think an Uber would be better than taking the bus.
Facts.
You
Well,
feel me? So it's like I have enough money to pay for where we're going, first of all, and then also pay for my ride. So I mean, I can meet you there, and then we can use your car to go wherever we're going, if that's how you feel. Or we could just take the Uber and carpool and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying for it all, so I mean, what's really the difference? And Uber's kind of
being
like a taxi.
chauffeured.
Yeah, it's like a taxi. So there's some people that don't have no cars at all, never had a cars their entire life, and been riding subways and trains and taxis and buses and shit. And
I'm
they
mad
got
that
families.
you couldn't ask for a Eminem McFlurry in Spanish, but you just said taxi. It's like getting a taxi. What the?
Getting a taxi, bro.
Nah,
Fuck
nah.
you,
You said taxi.
you're an asshole, bro. All right, but my final question to you is if you could change one thing about you, what would it be? Ooh,
um,
it's deep.
nah, it's not really. It's insecurity. It would
Mm,
be, yeah, it would be just, what I'm saying, like doubting myself, like self-doubt, insecurity. uh you know it's actually happened during the duration of this actual podcast. Like I'll say things and I'll be like, oh, let's cut it right here, what I'm saying,
yeah,
and
yeah.
let's do it over, what I'm saying, because I care too much about what people perceive certain shit. So what I'm saying, even
No,
though
I
like
get
I
you.
come off like I give no fucks when I say shit, like for me to make that joke that sounds like I give no fucks, I have to put that much more thought. So people should put that much more respect into my craft just to know that I put that much thought into what I do. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Last question I got for you is best
Okay.
90s sitcom.
Oh man. That's tough. Best '90s sitcom. Does it have to be in any particular like genre? Does it have to be like
No, whatever,
comedy?
whatever you enjoyed.
Um, okay. Best '90s sitcom. You know what? I got one for you, Ash. I'm gonna go with because you thought I was gonna say like Martin or some shit, but I'm not gonna say Martin. I'm gonna say Saved by the Bell. That's my final answer.
Zach Morris face ass. All right.
8 weeks later. But if it wasn't Saved by the Bell,
You're
to
more like
me,
Screech, bro. But okay, yeah.
okay, damn, rip my ass. To me, to me personally, it would have to be Boy Meets World.
Yo, you look like Corey Matthews.
Yeah, that would be my two. I watch those two heavy, like heavy, like a
Nah, all
lot.
jokes aside, though, I fuck with both of them. Home Improvement was fucking raw too. And people sleep on that one.
Yeah, and people sleep on Full House too. Uncle Jesse was my man, bruh. No homo. That was my dog.
That was my
Uh,
man. All right.
that was my
Aunt
man.
Becky. All right. But
But yeah, man. Shit. I think that's it, man. We're gonna call it a night on this one.
yo,
So if you got any social plugs where they could reach you at, where they can contact you at, see your material, let them know.
Martinez underscore got underscore jokes. And then you could also follow me on YouTube where my podcast will be at, and that would be at Over Opinionated TV.
What's up, podcast world? It's your boy BIGANT back with another update. Just want to give a big shout out to Martinez Got Jokes for stopping by, dropping another episode on the podcast. I have another episode dropping tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Special guest is Amir, good friend of mine. We talk about music, video games, you name it. So if you guys keeping up with the podcast, I appreciate you. Follow, share, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.